The Elite Four. What can I say that hasn't already been said? It's the toughest of the tough, the hardest of the hard.
Harden! No!
Leading up to those 4 battles is the culmination of many hours of training. When you get there for the first time, it's a whirlwind of emotions, fear and excitement,
but mostly his sweat.
But when you get to the battles, you're mostly just confused. Why the fuck does Bruno have 2 Onyxes? That's 2 Pokemon that get taken out by my Squirtle's water gun. That's dumb. So, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix all of it. In this series of videos, I'm gonna go through each member of the Elite Four and show what Game Freak should have done. I'll try to keep to their type themes to the best I can, but I will change some of their Pokemon if necessary. This first episode, I'm going to start where it all began, in red and blue. The first Elite Four member we're going to go over is Lorelei. Lorelei definitely isn't the worst Elite Four member, but the move pools on most of her Pokemon make no sense. Let's start with her Dugong. The moves it starts out with are Growl, Aurora Beam, Rest, and Takedown. There's no reason at all to use Growl, so we're going to throw that in the trash and replace it with Horn Drill. Normally I wouldn't use a move that inaccurate, but I don't have much to work with here. Plus, when it does hit, it's really fun. I'll swap out Aurora Beam for Blizzard, for the improved power and for the chance to freeze. Freezing is pretty much a death sentence in Gen 1. If your Pokemon gets frozen, then it'll stay frozen until it gets knocked out or hit by a fire type move. In the third move slot, I'm okay with keeping Rest. It's the only recovery move that it has access to. But in the fourth move slot, I'm going to swap Takedown out for Surf. Dugong's base attack stat is garbage, so there's really no point in using it. Body Slam would be a much better option for it if it really wanted a physical normal attack, but Surf would be much more powerful. Next up is Cloister. The moves Cloister gets are Supersonic, Clamp, Aurora Beam, and Spike Cannon. Supersonic is a trash move that's going in the trash. Cloister's attack stat is pretty okay, so I'm switching that out with Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam in Generation 1 is a lot better than it is in future generations. If you get a KO with Hyper Beam, then you don't have to recharge your next turn. For the next slot, I'm keeping Clamp. Moves like Clamp and Wrap in Gen 1 keep your opponent from attacking for however long they are clamped. So if Cloister outspeeds them, all its opponent can hope for is if Clamp misses. For the third move slot, I'm going to go with Blizzard over Aurora Beam. I don't know why all these ice types are using Aurora Beam over Ice Beam and Blizzard. It doesn't make any sense. In Cloister's fourth move slot, he has Spike Cannon. That might be one of the worst moves I've seen yet. It has 15 base power and hits 2 to 5 times, but if it only hits 2 times, it's like a 30 base power move. So instead of that, I'm going to go with Explosion for when Cloister's really low on health and is about to die, but, just says f*** it. Overall, Cloister's a pretty decent Pokemon, and with the improvements I made, it's a pretty f***ing good one. Lorelei's third Pokemon is quite possibly her best. Slowbro gets access to Amnesia, which is the best boosting move in the game, and quite possibly the best boosting move in the entire series. A single Amnesia boosts its special attack and special defense by 2 stages. For this Slowbro, I'm going to go pretty simple with it. Amnesia, Surf, Blizzard, and Thunder Wave. All Slowbro has to do is get a couple boosts in and sweep with Surf. Blizzard is there for coverage against bulky grass types, and Thunder Wave helps Slowbro out with its god-awful speed. Overall, this Slowbro is a monster. If you're paralyzed and it has a couple of Amnesia boosts under it, then there's very little that can stop it. Lorelei's fourth Pokemon is her Jinx. Lorelei's Jinx is the Pokemon that I think has the most room for improvement on her team. Her Jinx has one of the most questionable movesets of the entire Elite Four. It has 3 normal type attacking moves and Ice Punch. That's bad. Really bad. It's a Psychic type that doesn't have a Psychic type move. First off is Double Slap. No. No. We're going to switch that out with Lovely Kiss. Sleep is good in Gen 1. It lasts up to 7 turns, and on the turn the Pokemon sleeping wakes up, it can attack. Next is Ice Punch. It's not a bad stab move, but we're going to replace it with Blizzard for almost twice the power. After that is Body Slam. It has a nice paralyzed chance, but Jinx has almost no attack. We're going to switch that with Psychic for a good stab move. Finally is Thrash. Why would it have Thrash and Body Slam? That doesn't make any sense. We're trashing it. For the last slot, I think I'm going to go with Double Team. It's kind of gimmicky, but it'd be really annoying to deal with. Rest would also work in the 4th slot for some extra recovery. Lorelei's last Pokemon is Lapras. Looking at its moves and stats, it's actually pretty decent. Body Slam, Confused Ray, Hydro Pump, Blizzard. I still think it can be improved just a tiny bit though. I would probably swap out Hydro Pump for Surf for the more reliable accuracy. Lapras' attack stat is actually decent though, so Body Slam will work well. And it's pretty slow, so it'll appreciate that paralysis. Or, if you want to put your opponents to sleep instead, you can sing. Confused Ray is the only 100% accuracy confusing causing move in Gen 1, so I'm okay with that staying. And Blizzard is Lapras' most powerful attack, so that's staying as well. Overall, I think Lorelei wasn't too bad. Other than Dugong, her Pokemon have pretty good stats. They just didn't have the moves so they could be fully utilized. She has Pokemon with great bulk, good utility, and the ability to sweep through entire teams. Now, the only thing left to do is to test her team out in Pokemon Showdown. So I didn't really have very high expectations going up against Gen 1 through 8 Pokemon, using only Pokemon and moves from Generation 1, but I actually did surprisingly well in some of my matches. This match is the one I got closest to winning. I started off with Jinx, but I got a poor matchup against her Luxray. It Dynamaxed and used Max Darkness for a one-hit KO. The rest of my Pokemon were weak to its electric type attacks, so I decided to sacrifice Cloister and take it out with Explosion. They sent out Slowbro and they sent out Salamence. Salamence outsped me, but Slowbro tanked the hit and hit back with Blizzard to take it out. I'm really worried about using Blizzard with the decreased accuracy, but I got lucky this match. Lucario's Steel type moves would probably give my Ice types problems, but Slowbro's Psychic was able to take it out in a few turns. Next, they sent out Metagross. This is when I started to get worried. Metagross is a tank and it has really high attack. I thought I'd lose Slowbro for sure, but Meteor Mash missed, so I was able to get a Surf off. I decided I wanted to keep Slowbro alive, so I sacrificed Dugong. I sent Slowbro out again and used Surf, and then I switched him out for Lapras to regain more health. Lapras was able to take out Metagross with Surf. I thought Lapras could take a hit from Charizard, but I was wrong. Luckily Slowbro could, and he took out Charizard with Surf. The final Pokemon was Alakazam. I thought I had a decent chance, but Alakazam had Shadow Ball, which took out Slowbro in one hit. It was a pretty good match though. Had I done a few things differently, I probably could have won. While Lorelei's Pokemon don't translate well to Generation 8 battling, they do have the potential to be a major challenge in Generation 1. In the next video, I'll be going over Bruno's team of rock and fighting type Pokemon. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and check out my OnlyFans.